Hello, this is Fatu. You know the spirit. I've been electronic tortured since 2009. I've been trying to get freedom from this hate crime, torture, abuse perpetuated by, our own federal government against us. I'm going to say this again, and I was just looking at some information, is that I don't know who we voted into office. At this time, it's only been a year, but I can say is that I don't feel that these people are all the way for me. Not that I could see that in the beginning, but evidently I didn't look for that in the beginning. I didn't look for, I think we were just waiting to vote someone, especially electronic torture people and my brothers and sisters. We were just looking to get someone in the White House. I think each term or each year we're looking to get somebody to come and help us. Especially for me, I know for me as an electronic torture victim, I always feel like, because first of all, I feel like I'm walking around in deja vu. I feel like now I find myself walking around in a trance. I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced that before. It's like I'm half asleep, half awake, and but that's neither here nor there. We can discuss the system changes that are going on within my body now, as opposed to a year, 2 years ago, even 6 years ago. But at this point in time, what I would like to say to my targeted brothers and sisters, again, I ask you the question: who are we following? Who do we follow? Who should we follow? Why should we be following them? Because this is terror on. The federal government has committed a total act of treason against its people like us, electronic torture victims, but we still follow them. Why? They go around and say they don't talk about us, they don't think about us, we're an imagination, we're just something that they are too far into the American system to actually tackle this problem, which is one of the largest problems I think that's in the United States today, is electronic torture. Look, and I'm going to go ahead and say, come on, it's been 13 years, you see my big ass, okay? You see me every day. No quite quiet I am, you all feel like you need to have a conversation, like the conversation shouldn't be about you. You feel that you should have an opinion, like somebody give a fuck about your opinion. Look, I'm dying here. Somebody's torturing me here. Somebody is committing the ultimate hate crime. But yet I need to hear your opinion. I can't go to the grocery store. I can barely get service for help when I walk with a walker. Do you know how defeating that is, to walk with a walker and go up to ask people to help you, and they feel like they have a right to? They have a right because of I don't know if it's the American dream to spit on people or to discredit people, or the American dream just to be basically a shit ass to people. If someone coming to you for help and they just, oh, I don't know, and they won't help you just because their own opinions and biases, and I've never done anything towards them or anything to them. I have never done anything to anybody, but I barely could get help, and that's going anywhere. I'm like, what have I done to you specifically? What have I done to you to hurt you so much that you would deny me care or service or whatever the case may be because of your own biases? But hold on, not only of your biases, but your own ability to break the law and watch me tortured, harassed, stalked, basically raped with the program, and you get mad at me about it. I don't know. I guess that only makes sense in the American system, because personally I think that every American citizen wait to a shoe. I know, what's the name talking about? They watch her and they watch me so much that I am such an added distraction. But the government says she's a good distraction. She's distracts away from everything that we do. They don't have her up there where she should be. I should be a poster everywhere saying this is not what we want in America. This is not what we want to see. But yet I'm a great distraction for people. I've inventing dance moves, inventing laws, inventing everything else. These people watch me like I'm a following. And there's a following to hurt people, throw people away, pretend like you're in a relationship that you're not in. Who is the? Let me tell you something. I wouldn't be disrespect myself enough to be going on and be on a computer, being a romance with somebody that don't exist. Okay, especially folk I don't like. I don't know you. I'm like, who? I mean, I remember they used to describe this as the biggest loser. Is the man who's sitting around watching women on the computer, wondering if he can have a relationship, masturbating, and thinking that someone wants him, and only kind of relationship he's really having is with that computer. That's the biggest loser in the world. I mean, I could have sworn that was the biggest loser in the world, but I guess evidently not. There are the more I know, there's more losers to the bottom. But anyway, I digress. So again, as I said to you, let's start this out. Again, my name is Sherry Fatu Basharan. I haven't been electronically tortured since 2009. Yes, 2009. That makes that 13 years when I started when I was 29. Now I'm 43. Yes, it's electronic torture. You see my big ass. You see me up here every day. You see me tortured. Yes, your government is shit. You create the most heinous hate crime. I have experienced the most heinous hate crime alive. And the government says nothing because they're weak and pathetic. They know what they did. They're not weak and pathetic. They just don't care. I'm the greatest distraction for everybody. Oh my God. Oh my God. Have you seen what she does? And I bet you even right now, the federal government is watching me now and saying, "Oh God, what can we distract? What can we do? What can we do? Oh, nothing. Just don't say nothing. Let's just continue to run the government. How can the government run without watching without watching me? And that's so sad. How can your government run without watching me? If you take me out of how can a government actually say they're a government and they sit there my big ass picture up on each billboard and say every person can sit my big ass picture up. This is not what we want in our country. This is not what we want from our country. And let somebody sit that up there. Let them put everything. And I bet you the government change. The government start to acknowledge this shit. This is not what we want for our country. This is not what this type of torture. Excuse me. This type of torture and abuse makes it worse. It's making it worse for people of color, especially black women. Lord have mercy. It's making tons of millions of times worse for black women, especially women. It's making it bad for women, but especially black women. When a black woman gets on a social media site and says that she has been run down by three men, calling her fat jokes and saying names, and she was afraid. She was afraid and just trying to cross the street so she won't be run down, possibly raped, hurt, or destroyed. There's a problem in this country. It is, and that's the increasing amount of things that are happening, especially for black women of color, all women, but especially black women and women of color. I don't understand how our system works. I don't really see what's the vision of America when you see my black ass up here. I notice that when I go to stores and I realize that something has changed, not running they flapping their mouth everywhere. I said, they get what the true hate crime is. And now they ask themselves, would it come upon them? I know that woman says that the yoke you wish, and upon someone else's neck, in the end you will have you'll be judged under the same yoke. So remember that the yoke that you judge with is the yoke that someone will use to judge you. And I say this to you the more I lose my freedom in America, the more all other individual freedom will be lost as well. I'm gonna tell you, not everybody can sit on ship. As you can learn from this little Kyle Rittenhouse, not everybody has equal right to care, freedom, life, civil rights, human being a human being. That means that not everybody is qualified to be a human being. Not everybody is qualified to be is qualified to be part of the American structure. So they can weed them out. Slowly but surely they're trying to weed them out. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this bluntly, is that America's day is coming. Like what the snake said, the devil's time is up. This is the last year I will sit here and just make ambiguous videos that really ramble too much. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. I'm going to try to, this year, this new year, 2022, I'm going to try to go out and find some people to talk about it. I'm going to find somebody to talk with me about the truth. Not just, oh, I'm going to sit in my home and I believe in you. Shit. Fuck that belief. I'm dying. My systems are shutting down. I'm bleeding out right now. Because they sit on me. And I'm supposed to be, trying to be 1,000. I'm just, oh man, I should just focus on my being 150 pounds so I can be thought of as a human. I'm supposed to be, just be quiet and think of my way to 150 pounds. And I should be grateful that I'm semi-breathing at this point in time. I should be grateful for what I have because I'm just a nobody. I'm just a nigger fat girl who wants to be seen. Or look, I don't need to be seen by you. I don't need to hear to really. I really think it's a great amount, like on TikTok or wherever you are. There's some shows up there good, but I'm not the attention needy. I'm not attention needy and always trying to show post things. No, because I think that's the greatest dishonor to myself. I don't need everybody to know me. Shit. That's too much. That's too many people. That's too many people to lie on you. No, sugar. I ain't never been the one that needs so everybody like me. Everybody like me. No. But what I do is I think I should have the access to be able to have my own privacy, my own dignity, my own humanity, my own respect for myself and love for my body. Nobody should be. I don't owe my body to anybody. It seems like I owe my body, my mind, my loins, whatever the case. I'm supposed to owe them to somebody or give them to somebody freely and let them manipulate it. Like I remember when this started. I remember them, and they said, I said, what right do you have to take my body? What right do you have to take my life? I wasn't doing anything with it. That's what they said. I wasn't doing anything with it. So they came to take it. But I was using it. I was doing everything I could with my body. I was trying to get myself out of a part of it. I've been poor all my life, continuously trying to get myself out of poverty. But what right does someone have to come and take your life? But we're gonna digress. I'm sorry, we're digressing. The question is that what have you think that the administration has done for you, especially as an African American woman, but not just that, as a woman who has been electronically tortured? Shit. They ignore me. Let's start with the the Obama administration was alive when it started having me. What did Obama do? He distracted, pretend like I wasn't there. And this is a black man now. Hero, king with no kingdom. He distracted away from me, but even though he has two black female daughters, he has two. He distracted away from me. He distracted away, and he really didn't even pay attention to me because I was nothing. And then the inception, and then we had the next president. Who was the next president? Donald Trump. Oh Lord, motherfucker couldn't run nothing without me. I would turn over and he would make a comment. I could turn over and he would make a tweet. I could turn everything that he saw me, he tried to live down. Everything he saw me all. At that point in time, I realized how terrible it was for me to be seen all over the world. Not only that, it was already terrible to be seen all over the world, but it's terrible to be able not to be able to breathe without people making a comment. It's terrible when you are being tortured, molested, raped, and we all know it's electronic torture, but everybody else comment about me or making laws or, it's like they watch me and use me as a guinea pig for America. It does. It's like at some point I said to myself, why don't you just give for Donald Trump? Why don't you just give it over the presidency to me? Because evidently I could. Because evidently I must have been running the country or a little bit of country. Because every time I looked at you, had something that I had said or something that I didn't believe or something I said about like I know effectively if you would have made everyone mask and glove up from the beginning, and had stricter rules mandates, then we wouldn't have a pandemic. But I digress. First president, the Obama administration ignored me. Second president, Donald Trump, he didn't know what the hell he was doing, so he just watched me every day and tried to use me again. And then what is this? What is this with the second man who tried it, who was the assistant? He's an assistant to the one who ignore you, so they ignore me again. But at the same time, have you noticed the trend here? So as you ignore me, and the civil unrest gets worse and worse. Worse and worse, especially for black women, for black girls. I just saw a little girl throwing a garbage can. I see was calling her a dog. And these are by her own black men. I see that men can come in, going around just shooting and killing women. It has increased that black women have been going missing, domestic abuse, being shot at. No. But not that. The hate crimes that happen are increasing. The hate crimes on women, and also, but not just on women, all women. The hate crimes on all women, not just on the hate crimes on women. Is that when you're black, you can't be black and protest in this country anymore. You can't. There's so much civil unrest, and I noticed that all of it is stemmed from some part of them watching me. Why people can't stand it anymore. For me, everybody can't stand it, black and white. They like, I'm tired of seeing that girl sitting up there. And I get it. I get it, but I don't think they should take their frustration out on me, and they do. And so I'm tired of that. I'm tired of you saying I'm the broken one. They committed treason and terrorism on me, and I have to be subjected to everybody else's criticism. I have to be the one thrown under the bus. I have to be the one that is told that I should not live because what? Because the powers that be don't want to rein in their devices, don't want to rein in their bullshit. They don't want to actually truly tell how much power they have. They don't want to really tell the American people what they've been doing with what they've been doing with all their tax money, what they've been doing, what kind of weapons they've been developing against America's own people. They don't want to rein that in. Those little remember those veterans that people used to be crazy. Think of that book, the crazy people. They were out in the woods. Oh my God, the government's listening. Don't say anything. The government's listening. And we call them schizophrenic, gave them medicines and put them in insane asylums, or just gave them medicine and threw them out on the street so they can become vagabonds. And you realize now how much truth they were telling. There is someone always listening. I know every time I turn around, everywhere I go, what if you that someone was taking your life, recording, listening, making up saying things about you, or whatever the case may be, just for the whole world to hate you, so it can, if the whole world hates you, then it can condone its hate for you. So it doesn't actually have to talk about the truth. So that's how America does. That's especially if they've done North America all And since inception, it made America, they used Americans and the citizens to hate and preach the hate of black people. They go around saying they run around racism through the whole endemic structure of America. That was even touted to black people that they should hate African Americans. They should hate themselves. And for that, everybody, everywhere, thinks black is bad. They talk about black people. They didn't want to talk about truly. America did that because they didn't want to truly talk about racism and the sexism. That's the bottom line of America. They wanted to tell, how all these black people are so bad, looting. It's not us looting. I found that, I was looking at a tape, and they talk about looting, but they put none of those people who were looting, doing like riots and everything, were black. I know. Guess who? Because you can guess who they were, but hey, we're not going to talk about that. But the bottom line is that America perpetuate. Let me tell you. So the reason I brought that up is because what I was talking about. There is a blinding in America. The blinding is that these people can tout as much hate as they want and tell you as much bad things as the person they want to hate. So you will be distracted by the wrong things they're telling about that person. You could hate that person, blase blase, and once they got you hating that person, you will hear nothing else about. You won't take that person's side because you've been taught to hate that person. Like they used all this sexual, all this racist, all this stuff, and turned it on me and said that I'm the one perpetuating that. And so because as all these people see that, they get mad at me and they call me bad. And so because they have all taught to hate me and all this hate crime drama that they're falling into, that they should be part of, and they should all hate me for what I don't know, really. They all should hate me, and so they hear nothing of the truth when it's told to them. Nothing of the truth about me. Nothing that these people have committed crime against me. Nothing that they won't hear that because they hate me so much. They said, I know, because they say, well, I ain't really got any love for her, so they don't care what happened to me when I've done nothing. They said, well, I don't really care about her for her too much, so I don't really. But I haven't done anything to anybody. This is how America gets you. They get you. First, they make this talk and they tell their lies and they manipulate with these lies. And then you have all these people who you hate that you shouldn't be hating because they're telling you the truth. America is dying, and it's built on systematic racism and sexism and all the other isms. And so you don't see that anymore. You see this woman, this fat, black, uneducated, a fat, black, uneducated, ghetto woman, our fat ass out here talking. But you can skirt that. I did everything right. I followed all the institution about, going to college, doing the right thing, getting your own job. But all that was taken and thrown out of the window when they wanted to make me the bad guy. All of that was taken and thrown out the window that all these people have the rights to these institutions that keep me from being employed, but the rights to institution that will hurt me. This is going to they use a system to permanently alter my brain. They can burst all the sacs in my uterus from. Hold on. What if you have technology that you can burst lungs, burst your brain, burst every open every sac in your body, and your sacs are many. Urine. You have bladder. You have a colon that's super depressed with there. You have a heart. Anything they can depress it. What I mean depress it is they can actually squeeze it to death and make it implode. Like, have you ever seen a sound crack a can? Think about it on water and you hear that sonic sound, that's noise, and you see it crack a can and you see it crack a can. But think about that in the human body. That sound that can actually be used to, to manipulate cells, manipulate organs, to manipulate at the right frequency. It can manipulate organs, manipulate cells, and it can also crack. It can also kill, burst your heart, burst your lungs, all that different stuff. So that's what I'm going through. But nobody sees that. They see what they perpetuated. Ew, she's nasty. Ew, she's this. Ew, she's talking about sex. Oh God, she's a whore. All this different stuff. When that's not the case. The true case is they electronically torture me. The true case that the government, these people possess a power that they should not have. If you know the true ramifications of electronic torture, every goddamn person would shut their goddamn mouth and never want to be in a room with me. Every goddamn person would go and contact their friend. Oh my God, you all did that without tax. You all did that? You made that monstrosity? You made that weapon? No one should have that power. But you don't see that. You don't think about that. You just think about whatever you guys want. No, your self-centeredness, your self-centeredness, your ability to want to be right, your ability to judge before you've heard all the scenario. If these people are trying to kill me and tell me that they should kill me because I'm the bad guy, I did so many bad things, which they can't name. Well, I've been all these sexual things. So what? If I was a hoe, be a good hoe. If I was a slut, maybe I was a slut that invite you back to my bedroom. If I was all those things, they don't matter. They don't matter when you're they don't matter when your lungs are, you can barely use your lung function. They don't matter when you're bleeding out. They don't matter when we can barely remember your name or remember your birthday. They don't matter if you can't, they don't matter if you, trust me. They don't matter when you're sitting there pissing and shitting on yourself and you can't control it. Those things don't matter. All those things don't matter when you're walking with a walker. So I asked myself, and I asked all the people of the U.S., what matters to you? I mean, because it seems like that more you watch TikTok and all these different stuff and Facebook and all, these people control your mind when there is a weapon out there. Let me tell you something. There is a wave coming, and it is not forgiving. It will take one and all. I know, Mother Nature, climate change is one of the the largest migratory movement that will happen in America in the next 3 years will be because of climate change. Climate change is real. I know, climate change is real. I know, climate change is real. It is going to kill the many. Not the few, but the many. Point blank. Done with that conversation. But the bottom line of what I'm saying is that everyone in this country, everyone in this world knows that electronic torture is it. You see my back ass. You see me. But you all don't ask the hard question. If that person possesses that weapon, they can pull it at anyone. What have they been listening to? What are you looking for? Why are you watching not only my reactions, but the the reactions of all the people around me? It's not just my reaction. It's the other people in the social event with me. They watch their reaction. So when other people, if I go in the store, not only do they watch my reaction, they watch all the other people in the store. They watch all the other people and how they react to me. So I'm just not the one on stage. Everyone is on stage. But I'm just the one who is getting the pain for it. Because I am the central hour, and the others are fools. Are the fools playing in a play that is not the word. They don't have to exist, but they choose to. Fuck this shit.